Everybody, is SC Closer here coming to you from South Carolina. How y'all doing out there? Well, I'm going to jump off into a controversial subject. I'm going to jump into the Gibson Les Paul versus Fender Stratocaster debate. Yes, I am going to step in it with both feet. Alright, well, you know, there's a big debate. I mean, a lot of folks like a Fender Stratocaster, a lot of people like a Gibson Les Paul. Some people like them both. Some people don't like neither one, you know. But for you folks out there that might be trying to make a decision and or you're trying to gather some information and you're trying to figure out which one of these two guitars is best. Well, I'm going to consult an expert later in this video, and we'll find out who the best. You know, we'll find out which one's really the best. But up until that point, I'll talk about both guitars a little bit. But I'm gonna make the case for Gibson Les Paul because I'm a Les Paul guy. I played them since the '80s. Okay, and I've had a lot of Strats. I've had a lot of them. I've had 25, 30 Strats probably since the '80s. They come and go. You know. You know, I might have had some that I didn't even keep them but a few days, you know. I had some I kept a few years. You know, I've had all sorts of them. And it's a guitar that I want to like. And it's a guitar that I like listening to others play. I've had them. Then they weren't bad guitars. I've had some that were pretty nice guitars. And, yeah, I thought they sounded okay when I was playing them. And I'd have some friends when I go out to a blues jam. I have some of these guys that are really good. I let them play it through my rig, and it sounds fantastic. You know, then I play it, and it sounds, you know. So I think it's just me. And I kind of come to find, or come to believe that, and it's probably because I've mostly always played Gibson Les Pauls. You know, that could have a lot to do with it. I've played them most of my guitar playing life, and you know, I'm used to them, and that's what I'm used to hearing. I'm used to how they respond. I'm used to how, you know, they sound. So maybe that's part of it. But another part of it could be that it just better fits my style of playing, because the two guitars lend themselves a little bit to different styles of playing. I believe a Fender Stratocaster is a guitar, if you're an aggressive player, it works really well. I think you can be very aggressive on a Fender Stratocaster. I think a Stratocaster responds very well to an aggressive player. Stevie Ray Vaughan. I mean, you know, there you go. You know, that says it all. I mean, he was very aggressive the way he played. A Strat will fight you when you play it. It'll fight. You know, you bending strings and stuff. It seems like it pushes back. It gives as much as it takes, and you know, and if that's your style of play, and I can get aggressive at times, and I probably play more aggressive than I probably should on my Gibson, but you know, it lends itself to that, and I think, myself personally, I think Fender Strats are a very good blues guitar. They sound really good for blues, but I've never really been able to get them to sound the way I want them to sound. And folks tell me all the time, well, Fender Strat's a more versatile guitar. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think a Gibson Les Paul is very versatile. Now, I'm not going to say that it's more versatile. But I will say I don't think a Strat's more versatile than a Gibson Les Paul. I'll just say that. You know, I'll let them be equally versatile, okay? Because I don't care which one's better as far as versatility goes. I know I like the Les Paul because the Les Paul has two independent circuits in it. You know, you have two pickups. Each one has their own volume and their own tone, and they're separate. And you can run one pickup, you can run the other pickup, you can run both pickups. And then when you're running both pickups, you can adjust the volumes of those pickups and it gets different sounds, okay? You can adjust the tones for the different pickups and you get different sounds. And if you wire your guitar like I do, I always take all my Les Pauls and wire them 50 style wiring, okay? And when you wire it 50 style, see, the modern wiring is a little bit different. The modern wiring, when you turn down or back off your volume on one of the pickups, you tend to lose some of the highs, and it maintains bass response. And it'll actually get a little muddy sounding on some of the guitars when you get when you get way down low on your volume. But if you go 50 style wiring, you don't lose the highs when you roll it off. The tone pretty much stays the same. It's just the volume level goes down. Okay, and when you do that, it sounds more consistent when you have it wired 50 style. The downside to that is that the controls become a little bit more interactive. So your volume and your tone control interact more. So when you roll your volume down, if your tone's up wide open, it's going to do one thing. But as you move that tone to different places, it's going to be a little bit less predictable. Because they interact. So it's like if you're used to rolling your volume down to a certain point, if your tone's in a different place, it's going to react differently to the adjustments in your volume than it did when your tone was wide open. Wide open or off, however you want to look at it. When it's on 10. But I find that good in itself because it gives you more things you could do to tweak things. In one band I play both pickups on Les Paul all the time. That's in the country band. If I want a little more bottom end, I boost the bass pickup or the neck pickup up a little bit. If I want a little bit more bite, I'll boost the bridge. If I got them up already all the way up, I just lower one or the other. Balance them out. If I really find that it works very well. And you roll tone off a little bit here and there if you need to. That's always good. I use the tone a good bit on the bridge pickup in the rock band I play in, okay, because I use the bridge pickup a lot. Now another thing that I like about the Gibson Les Paul, because of the two pickups, I'm old school, okay, I don't run a lot of pedals and a lot of effects and stuff. I get a good setting on my amp that's a good crunch, okay, that's my bass tone. I run an SD1 pedal in front of it to boost it for leads. And all I do is I got the level up wide open. I might have the gain up just maybe 1 or 2, or if at all, 1 or 2, and set the tone. You have to set the tone kind of down low on those things because they're really bright. And just use it for boost. Now I want a clean sound. I could roll the volume off a little bit on whatever pickup I'm playing, and it'll clean up. Okay, it's clean enough for live. If I want to make it sound a little prettier, throw a little phase on it, throw a little delay on it, do a little something like that. You make it sound a little bit cleaner if you want to, or a little, spicier, prettier. All right. Now, if you've got a song that you're playing and you got to go real fast from a clean to a dirty sound, let's say like Feel Like Making Love by Bad Company. All right. What I do is I put it up on the neck pickup, I roll the volume down, get a little clean tone going. And then when it comes to the cool part where it really kicks up, I just flick it to the bridge pickup, and I got the bridge pickup on wide open. Ta-da! Just like that, just that easy. Just flip the switch. You don't even have to be near the pedals or anything. You can be anywhere on the stage and go from clean to dirty by a flick of a switch. And if you adjust your volume low enough and get it adjusted right, you could even have the overdrive on the board. Or on your pedal board, have your overdrive or your boost pedal kicked in already, and it still works. There's all sorts of things you can do like that. So I find that to be very versatile. I use it as a kill switch. I play on the bridge pickup most of the time in that band, in the rock band. So what I do is a lot of times I just turn the neck pickup off. I just turn the volume all the way down. And then when the song's over, especially if you're playing something, you're trying to get that real tight ending where everybody just stops, I flip the switch up to the neck pickup and it's off. It cuts the whole guitar off. So that's pretty handy too. You can't do that on a Strat. If you on a Strat, you just have to be really good at turning that volume on and off. And people are. They get down there and they grab that thing and turn it off really quick. But when you're flipping between pickups, your volume level's not really going to change unless you can get down there to that knob because you only got the one volume knob. And there's a whole debate here, between the pickups, which pickups you like better, single coils or humbuckers. I tend to like humbuckers for most anything. I just like them better. But there's no denying now you can get a nice, pretty clean sound with a Strat, and it's really nothing can really touch that number 4 position on a Strat when you got that neck pickup and that middle pickup going together, and the out of phase type of thing going there. That's a tough tone to beat, and you definitely can't match it really with much of anything. That's a good sound, and I admit that. But how much do you use that? I don't use it a whole lot. It's nice to have, but I can get a pretty good sound out of 2 pickups and a Les Paul that will do good enough for me for live. So I'm a Gibson guy. And but I'm going to call in an expert. I'm going to ask the expert's opinion on which of these 2 guitars is the best. Okay, we're going to call Dr. Tone. Now, he told me he was going to be back in the identically prepared studio. So the studio looks just like this. He's going to look like he's right here in the southeastern, what is the name of this? Southern style studio. He's going to look just like he's in the southern style studio, but he's not. And he's coming to us via satellite. So let me see if Dr. Tone's out there, and I'm going to get his opinion. And his opinion carries more weight because he is the expert. And so pretty much he'll answer this question. He's going to tell you which is the best of the 2. So let me see if I can get him. Okay, I think he's about on now. All right, Dr. Tone, can you hear me? You just nod. Okay, he's there. All right, Dr. Tone, we've been here. We're discussing Gibson Les Pauls and Fender Stratocasters. And we're talking about which one is the best guitar, which one's the best out of the 2. And I've made the case for Gibson Les Paul because I'm a Les Paul guy. You've known me for a while, and I've mentioned a few nice things about Strats because they're good guitars, and they suit some people. They just don't seem to suit me. But anyway, my viewers want to know which is the best. So Dr. Tone, can you tell us which is the best guitar? The best guitar is the one that you like the best. It is an individual's choice. Well, there you have it, folks. Dr. Tone told you the best guitar between a Gibson Les Paul and a Fender Stratocaster is the one you prefer. Which one do you like the best? Because that's all that matters, is which one do you like. Okay? And there could be a lot of reasons why you like one over the other. I already told you why I like a Gibson Les Paul. There's a lot of good qualities in a Strat. If I started playing on a Strat and played them as much as I played the Gibsons, I would prefer it. Because there's nothing wrong with them. But it's the one you prefer. I mean, let's face it, guys. If you're out there playing, we pick the equipment to please ourselves. Okay? Sometimes you might pick something or another to fit a song. But for the most part, if you're honest with yourself, you pick the sound that you like. You pick the guitar that you like. You pick the amp that you like. Because bottom line, you need to please yourself. You need to be happy with your sound. The people in the audience, for the most part, could care less. As long as it sounds within a certain range, and that range is pretty big, that it sounds decent, they're fine with it, They don't know, and they don't care. They're waiting for their next beer. So don't get over obsessed with it. Get what you like. The best guitar between a Gibson Les Paul and a Fender Stratocaster is the one that you like the best, because it's a preference. It's purely subjective. It's what you like. So I hope that this answers your questions. And think about that when people are arguing about it. The best is whichever one you think it is. Okay? Whichever one you think. Because I know a lot of you out there, for everything I was saying about these Gibson Les Pauls, you're probably throwing stuff at the screen, saying, I don't know what I'm talking about, the Strat's this much better. Then that's right. because for you, it's better. For me, I'll stick with the Les Paul. But now we know, and Dr. Tone has cleared up another issue for us. Might need to get Dr. Tone run for president. Maybe he can straighten things out because he seems to know all the answers. You just have to get everybody to listen to him. Huh? Dr. Tone's smart enough to stay out of politics, folks. He's not getting involved. All right. Well, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Subscribe, make comments. Let me know if you got any other topics you want to know about. I can see if I can answer your questions, and if I can't, we can always bring in the amazing arbiter, Dr. Tone, because he'll always tell you the truth and lay it out for you. All right, man. We'll catch y'all later. See you next time. Bye-bye.